So in this video, we're going to now understand that while loop, how that while loop is going to work. So now I have written that already code so that it will be easy. So first thing now, while loop, for loop first thing is that why we use that loop. So loop is used to iterate for some number of time and then we can get that output. So in this one, first I try to now assign that value as I equals to 1 and then I wanted to iterate till 4 because I'm checking that if I is less than 5 and then I wanted to print it, and after printing we need to do that increment. So now let's execute this one. So now we got that 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is that way how we can execute that loop, and syntax is that first check here condition, then colon, then print that, and then assignment is needed in while loop. So this is one thing here important, and the other one we need to do assignment and then we need to do increment so that loop will work fine. So same thing, in place of using this one, we can achieve with that range in range of 5. So now I can execute, see both have same output. So how that range going to work? So range, it will start with by default 0. But since here we initialize with 1, I in 1, so it started with 1. And it's not going to consider that upper limit whatever we provided. So 5, so it's just like this condition, less than. So it's going to work only for that. So we can use that range function. Range is also used. We can use that frequently range whenever we going to work. So now we can achieve same thing in two different way. Now there is one statement called break statement, and how this is going to work. So we can execute this and then we can see that. So now we see it's printed till now 3 and then it's got break. Why? And it's not executed anything after this, but it's need to print 4 as well if we see that loop condition. So what it's doing first is to start with I, and first I'm doing print and then I'm checking that condition. So it's checking that if it goes to 1, it's first time 1, then it's printed, and then after this it's going to check 3. That's why it's printing 3 and then it's breaking it out. So if I wanted to do that same thing, I don't wanted to print that condition. So what I can do, I can remove this one from here and then I will put it here now. Let's see how this is going to work. So now what is doing here, after printing we checking that condition, then we are breaking it out. But here first I'm checking if it goes to 1, no, then it's going to print, and we know that how to write that if statement in one line, so it's not going to come to second line. So it's checking if it equals to 3, then break. Break is what it's going to do. It will be break that execution of that loop. So suppose at certain amount of time we need to break that, or suppose we need to achieve only 100 records or maybe 5 records. That time also we can use that break whenever we got that count equals to 100 or 50. Then we can break that loop. We don't want it to go and execute again. That time we use that break, and then we'll come out of this one. So it's depend how we wanted to print. Do we wanted to include that number or not? So based on that we can put that where we need to print that. Next thing, now just like for loop we have also else block, sorry, just like if a statement, now we have in loop also a statement. Okay, else a statement is there. So now if I go ahead and execute this one, so see we saw that it's executed 1 to 4 and else also got executed. So as we discussed in, if logic, else is always going to execute if that condition is not going to satisfy. So here I am putting I in range 1 to 5, and then whenever it comes 5, because range is going to loop till that point, and then first it's going to increase. After increasing only it's going to execute it from that loop, because we know when it becomes 6, then I value is 6, and then it's checking that condition, then it's executing it out of this loop. So it's going to print that loop completed. So so it's printing that all those value and then loop completed. So now suppose if I go ahead and execute this one, here I started I value only with that 6. Then what is happening? Now I in range of 5. No, its upper limit is only 4. That till that point it's going to consider, but I pass that 6. So this is not going inside of that loop and directly going to else block and printing loop completed. So based on our need, I can use that else block also whenever we need, and we can understand that when to use and when to not use. But it's really a good feature that else block we have. Sometimes for testing also we can get to know is that my loop is completely executing or not. So we can put that one statement and we can check that out. So I hope you like this video.